Start streaming. Done. Let's see if the YouTube is ready. Okay. Oh, we're live. When to fucking shut up. But we are blank. Oh my god. Oh no, we're live. Yes, I'll send you a link so you can know when to click it.
Yeah. And I wish we had someone here to tell us if they can hear us or not, too.
Oh god.
What if, like, the whole time we're just muted?
I think we're good. But hopefully. Oh, Kane is here. Oh my god, Kane, what is wrong with you?
Because Kane is the best of the best. He has a cherry on top that everyone fights for.
By the way, Kane, I'm so sorry if you messaged BJ Podcast Instagram. I did not. I was on Instagram cleanse, so I probably didn't check Instagram for a while. I'm so sorry.
That's my fault, too. I don't do shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Whoops, okay.
You're fine. Well, I guess we're demonetized. Hey, we welcome it.
Well, hey, we were never monetized from the beginning.
King said, I can hear you with a CAN, so he can hear us. And I have a life, I swear. Yes, you have a life. We have a life, and we all have a life. Yes.
I'm, like, super free.
Yo, but you in Japan, out of anywhere, so it's like the best place to be in quarantine. I don't know. Do you get bored of Japan?
It's just like any other place to live, so.
Yeah.
But not really. I mean, I like living here, but it's, you know, it's just it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, it is.
But there's a lot of really good food everywhere, so that's one thing I never get bored of is the food. So much good food.
Yes. Anytime you get sick of it, you can get something else. We have someone new. We have someone named Jay. Jay said, "Hi, what's up, bro? My name is Jay. Hi, Jay."
Good. Woo woo woo. Does anyone get that? Because I did that like right now I'm like an English teacher, and I was teaching when I teach my students something and they get it right and it's like a really hard thing, I go woo woo woo.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like boo boo boo, like yeah, like football thing, like sports events, or is it like
Yeah, like a sports event.
Yeah, Macintosh.
Thank you. Thank you for getting it. I guess maybe like Americans get it, or people who watch annoying sports with annoying sounds. I'm not saying sports are annoying.
I think Korean is just cussing and a lot of sounds. I guess similar to America, like whoa whoa whoa, or like Korean would just be like like that. Yeah. That's really like my dad. Yeah, watching World Cups, he'd be like and then like that motherfucker is not doing it right. I'm sure people do that with basketball here in America too. So like.
Yeah, like they do that thing.
Oh yeah, we totally know because Anna and I have been to so many sports events together. Yes.
Yeah.
We went to
so many.
UGA, Georgia Tech football games. Hell yeah.
Totally.
By the way.
Yeah, we went there when we were the first. We had the best seats, which was right on the grass because no one was there, and we were just walking there.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Did we? I think did we go to the Georgia Tech football stadium? I think we walked.
I never did.
I think we walked past it, but I don't think we were on it.
I didn't go to any university football games, like American football games, because I just didn't care enough. And my school, if you wanted to go, you had to enter in like a lottery.
Oh.
And I just don't care enough. Yeah.
Yes. Sergey said, or Jay said, my real name is Sergey. Are we saying it right? It's Sergey. Is it Sergey or Sergey? I am butchering.
I think it's Sergey.
Sergey?
Right?
I think so.
Yeah.
He or she said it's evening here, or they said it's evening here. Enjoy your meal. Thank you. Aubrey
Thank you.
is here. Aubrey said hello. Football sucks. Haha. Sergey said, I don't speak English very well. Please understand. It's okay. We understand you. So we fine. Oh my
Hey,
god.
Sergey, I understand the struggles. June understands the struggles.
Mhm.
And Aubrey understands the struggles. We're all here.
Yes.
We're international, bitches. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, we don't necessarily use the greatest English anyways, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
If you can't understand, it might just mean it was just terrible English.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
honestly, English is great, but I'm just still like, yes. I'm still like questioning like I still don't do emails right. Like this is what we want to talk about. When to fucking shut up, right? Sometimes like when I was doing like a job acceptance like emails, I should have just ended. They said thank you, and we finished the interview saying thank you, and I said another email saying from now on I will do everything in the company's best interest. Thank you so much for this possible opportunity. I should have fucking shut up at the first thank you, but I was so excited. You know what I'm saying, right? So no, yeah.
Dang, that transition was amazing.
Thanks. But like, you know what I mean? So English, I still don't properly do it on professional corporate emails. I still say like a lot of shit. Like, well, for example, my coworker's name was Tom, but he go by Jim. But I knew that because I entered at this company. So when I got a new job from the Tom again, when he go by Jim, I said thank you Tom, because his email display name was Tom. So
Oh,
I sent another email, which you shouldn't fucking do. It's not a Facebook Messenger. It should be in one email, right? So I sent them an email saying, thank you, Tom. And I sent another email 5 seconds later saying, sorry for the typo, Jim. Thank you so much. If you need anything, please let me know. And try to wrap it up.
typo!
Shut the fuck
Typo!
up. He's. Yeah. But,
You should have said like, I'm sorry, Jim. Autocorrect did that.
no, there's no way. And I'm using the fake name, right? His real name is so different. There's no way autocorrect would have done it. So it's like, ah.
I know, that's why it's even better.
So
Yeah.
I have a Word doc saying always double check your email before you send it. But today I already fucked it up again on Twitter too. So I'm like, what's your advice on when to shut up?
Oh my gosh, that was sudden.
Yes.
You're like, oh, la, smooth.
Yes.
Well, actually, it's interesting you talk about names because I've also been applying for jobs recently too, and I don't really know how to write a professional business letter in Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese.
So I had to like look up because Japanese has many different languages within the language because it has just like the standard polite, and then there's like more informal, and then there's like rude informal, and above standard polite there's like 3 different levels of polite. There's like business, I think, and then there's one for like what is it, like religious officials or something, and then there's one for like the emperor, like really high level. I don't know.
That's amazing, but so many to keep it up.
Yeah, but I don't really need to know the highest two, but I do need to learn the other language other than the standard polite. There's like the extra polite for like business and stuff, and I don't really know that, and I'm trying not to make mistakes, and I'm so scared about sending an email, and I'm just like double checking it. And the thing you said about Tom and Jim, oh my gosh, I understand because for example, a lot of Japanese people's names, they're mostly made up of like the Chinese characters, and they're so intricate, and sometimes the same name could have different kanji depending on the person.
Yeah.
And you need to like look very close at the kanji so you don't make a mistake and send the wrong one because
Uh-huh.
it's so easy to do and it looks
Yes.
so similar.
Mm-hmm, and
I I have been so scared every time.
yes, but you haven't done it yet, right?
I'm gonna turn on the light.
Yes. Go. Meanwhile, you said
You
I'll read new chat.
know?
Aubrey said, "We all Tomodachi here." Aubrey said, "Oh no, cry cry, probably at me sending wrong names." And Aubrey said, "OMG, are you feeling better?" Yes, thank you. I'm feeling better. Oh my god, this is such a different lighting. I'm so excited to see different lighting than the normal. Yes. By the way, yes, I feel better. I had food poisoning again. Yeah.
Who says that? I've never heard someone say that sentence before. I've had food poisoning again. Like in the same month or like how often are you getting food poisoning?
I had food poisoning like a month ago, 2 months ago in September.
It's a little too often
I
in my
know, and I'm trying to track it, and I think it's an expired vitamin pen, and I did look at it today, and it was expired, or it could be in a poke bowl. But then the poke place was so nice, so genuine. It had 4.9 star, and it had football and like basketball and baseball athlete come there. It's the best poke bowl. I told Aubrey and Alara I want to take you guys here because it was so nice. And if I could have gotten from there, that's really sad. I really hope it's not, but it's high up there because it's poke, salmon, raw fish,
Yeah, it's like raw fish, yeah.
or it's expired vitamin pills, or it was the. I do make dumplings at home, steamed dumplings, but I've been using handkerchief to do it because it's more cheaper. But I've been using the same handkerchief over and over for like 2 weeks, and it possibly does have mold on it, so that could also be it.
You didn't wash it?
No, I wash it. I wash it all the time, but I don't like squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It's just like wet in the water, hot water, and then leave it. So it's not as sanitary, I would think.
Okay.
And
Well, it's still pretty good in my books.
yeah, so I never got that. And I also think, so the third reason is also I could be like having a bad immune system because I don't drink probiotic like Yakult. Do you know Yakult?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been, because it has dairy in it, but after the two food poisoning, I'm drinking probiotics. They're so good. It's so nice what I've been missing. But maybe I'll build dairy tolerance slowly by drinking Yakults. But I'm breaking out little. But yes. So it could be either no probiotic that caused my food poisoning again, or the moldy handkerchief, pokeball, or expired. Wow, that sounds so stupid. Now I'm saying all of it.
Everything is so different too. It's like which one? I mean the Pokeball definitely raw fish is a common way to get food poisoning, but I
Yes.
don't know.
Yeah. We could. You never know. So, my tip is avoid raw fish for now. Yes.
Well, and it's also like because of like Corona, they always say, and I'm no expert, but it's like if you cook the the food, then it kind of kills like the virus
Of
or
course.
whatever
Yes.
at a certain heat. But maybe if you're working with material, raw food,
Hmm.
and you're not going to cook it, the virus can just sit on it
Yeah.
and whatever. But I honestly, to be real, I just don't care.
Yeah.
I will eat it.
The last time I got for sure was the Sam's Club shrimp. I had that shrimp for a while. I left that out to thaw, and I'm sure during that time to thaw, it was like forming and like, and it caused me a fucking pain. This one wasn't as bad as the shrimp. It just lasts me shorter, but hey.
How long is short? Or
So on my shrimp, I was sick for like entire day, like maybe like 11 a.m. to like 9 p.m. I was in pain. Like, I felt like 1,000 people were stabbing my belly, and I also wanted to get a knife and stab my own belly because that's how painful it was, but I didn't. It just felt like someone was stabbing my belly. And this one was like minor, small dagger, just one stabbing me instead of 1,000 daggers stabbing me everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah, it was like, Nya, 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 like Chucky. Ah.
What's the scariest one where it's like, oh, we're so adorable, stab.
But
You know.
yeah, it only lasted me like 2 hours and I fell asleep. I put on the meditation music and I fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, okay, it's gone. But
Oh my
today,
gosh, I've never had such a horrible experience like that.
yeah,
That's
I
awful.
think it's a combination of all. I drink Yakult. You need to build probiotics in your body. So when you do have bad bacteria, you have probacteria that's like, you're not gonna hurt Anna's stomach here. Hmm.
Yeah, I've been thinking I should probably start taking probiotics too.
Yeah, yogurt is one of them, so that's for sure. But get yogurts, especially that has probiotics on it.
Or like I might just do a supplement.
Yes, do it.
It depends.
And
I'm not thinking about it.
yeah, and like I don't have my parents here, but like last time Rachel came over, but it gets so lonely when you get sick, especially food poisoning. When you're alone, you're like, oh, it's so sad and depressing. But hey,
That is very depressing.
but hey, at least I had DoorDash. I fucking ordered DoorDash to like get me banana from like Panera Bread, and I ordered two bananas. So I just ate bananas, and I'm like, yes, they're good for me, bananas.
That must have been the most interesting order from them. They're like, he wants bananas from Panera Bread.
Expensive
I've
too.
never heard that before. Just
Six
the bananas?
$6 for two banana. It should have been like $2, but with the shipping fee and tips and everything, it makes sense.
Oh wow.
So,
That's some real stuff. That's the real life of Junie the Pooh.
yes. Um,
Pooey the June.
Aubrey said, ooh la la. Also about Japanese, it's super hard, especially keigo. Ooh, what's a keigo? Is that the more formal one you were talking about?
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Um, Aubrey said, OMG Jib, I'm too Germophobic. And Kane said, Anna with ENA, because Kane knows. I need to give props to that. Yes, it's beautiful. Um, Anna, your hair is low-key like one of the girl from the Monster House. Looks amazing though. What's a Monster House?
Aww. I don't know. Is that it's like an animation?
Let me search it.
Claymation?
Monster House. Oh, yeah, it's like a 3D animation film.
Ooh.
Ooh, I think you might like the girl. I'll send it to you online so you know what Kane is
Hi,
talking about.
Carl. Can you still see me when I like exit out of it like this? Oh yeah, I guess so.
Yes.
Beep.
Okay, and then Aubrey said getting food poisoning is one of my worst fears. Yes, you do not want food poisoning. Please do not get food poisoning. I highly don't recommend it. When was the last time you had food poisoning, Anna?
Well, Jan, I had never. So, but I think my body just does like a basic reaction to food that is too rich for me. Like I don't eat like very rich foods because I'm on a budget, let's be real, recently. But from time to time I do indulge, and I had like a lot of sushi, sashimi, and it was a lot of very rich things. And everything was cool until I went to sleep, and then I woke up at like 3 a.m., 1 a.m., 3 a.m. with just like stomach pains. And yeah, the toilet became my friend for the next 30 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think that's also food poisoning. There's two type, I think. One is just stabbing pain on your thing, which is, I think we should have learned this at the high school, but I totally forgot. Salmonella and E. coli, they're very.
Oh yeah.
One is like pain, stomach, and the one is just pooping.
Oh, maybe it was that. But it was like it was both. It was pain in my
Oh my
stomach,
god.
and it was
Oh. But I think, okay, so Do
No pain,
you,
no gain.
after that, do you have a feeling of avoiding that food that made you sick, or do you go eat again and be like, yeah, it was good. All right.
Oh, I'll eat it again.
Yeah. I think,
That was a really good restaurant. When you come, we should
mhm.
go.
Yeah, and we'll. Oh my god, it would suck if we're in a one apartment with one bathroom. We're like, how are we
Oh my gosh, both of us have to go. I guess it's time to utilize the shower.
No, I'm probably gonna find something somewhere.
Plastic bag?
I'll go to a motel somehow. I'll work, manage, yeah. We'll go to expensive motel or something. I'll pay for it, and with two bathrooms, and with like, we're like, hey, how's it going? And you're like, hallway, like, I'm doing good. You'll be like, use some water tissues, and I'm like, I got some, and then we're like,
But
mhm,
we'll be like, it's Japan, so there's a bidet.
come.
Anyway, so when to shut up? What you told me something that was really funny. Um, Also, if you guys have any stories having horrible diarrhea or
Mhm.
pain from food poisoning, please let us know in the comments.
Yes, hopefully you were
Yeah,
not
let's all
eating.
share pain.
Mhm.
But yes, June, you're talking about
When to shut
when
up.
to shut up. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like not just email, in person, I would be like, talk about inappropriate stuff. I'm pretty sure when I get to the work setting, I'd be like, yeah, there's this
Mm.
guy I hooked up with. He was cute or whatever. But I'll be like, I can't say that. They might take offense to it and they might file it. So I can't. See, I need to shut up.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of hard because I've accidentally done that at work before too, where I've overshared and I feel like you kind of realize it because the other person, depending on their position, they might kind of be like, or like take a little step back, and it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have shared that. Yeah, and then you learn, and then you just become an empty shell of who you once were. And every time you go to work, you look at everybody, you say, "Good day. How are you?" "I'm fine. Thank you." "And you?" "I'm fine. Thank you for asking." "Good to see you. Let's talk never." "Yeah, okay. I miss
No,
you." "Me
no,
too."
no. That sounds like a not too distant future. Do you want? I'll actually share what I literally said on Twitter. So, just to share with you guys, I got hired for a full time job. Yay!
Whoa, whoa,
Yes.
whoa. Wait, do you
Mhm.
have a happy dance?
My happy dance would be I don't know. My happy dance would be this.
Oh yeah, that's like your like usual happy dance.
Well,
But
I
I'm
have
thinking
like
like,
a club dance where I pretend to bounce,
yeah.
but I'm not really jumping. You're just moving up and down. You know when everyone's like
Oh,
jumping, and I just do like
yeah.
I don't know. It looks
Oh.
natural, not like this when I'm sitting down. But
It's easier on your knees.
that's true. Yeah. Possibly I could also be going to EDM concert and not now. I haven't planned it after Corona. Who knows?
Why?
Oh, I'm talking to this really nice guy, and he's like, I
I
possibly
knew
want to
it.
go. And I'm like, oh, but I don't want to go because everyone do drugs there. And he's like, well, I don't want to do drugs either, but I really like EDM music. So I'm like, but we'll see.
Well, do you like video music?
I work out to it, but I don't follow any of it. But I do want to see them and observe them from afar. It's like looking at furries at Anime Week in Atlanta. You just look at them and be like, what does furries do? Oh, they're doing that. Ooh, they're wagging their tails. That's interesting. And it's to watch, not like be part of it. So if I go to the EDM, I want to see everyone doing drugs and getting high and getting so bad, and I'll be like, but if my person I'm dating was like having fun, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Oh, I honestly wouldn't want to go, but I'll just see. You know what I mean?
It will be fun to dress up too, because I feel like people usually wear kind of like
Slutty.
semi-sexy outfits or
Yes.
basically like nothing, right?
Yes. I do want to have like a, and then I can be like, yes, a sex symbol, but
Yeah.
with this floppiness, it's not happening anytime soon.
I
But
mean, it looks fine. You can just I don't think it matters. Does it really matter?
no, it shouldn't. You are right. But go back to the situation. I have a job, and I fucked it up already, guys. I already called Jim, Tim, and
No, you called him Tom.
yeah, and then like to the recruiter, I said I will do everything, and like after saying thank you so much, if you need any question, let me know. And I said thank you, and I also sent another email saying I will do everything's best in the company's best interest from now on because I was fucking reading a book. I shouldn't have said that, but let me read the conversation. The person I used to
Okay.
work with. So what happened was I was doing an internship with this company, and I got hired full time now, which is awesome. Someone I befriended during the internship messaged me today who is working at this company, who's my superior, saying June, all capital letter. And I said, "What's up?" And then the person said, "Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face," and says, "It's not official, but I just found out that you're gonna be hired." I'm like, "Haha, yes, OMG, thank you, Chris." Oh, not the name. See, know when to shut up. Know when to shut up. It's commit.
We don't have boundaries yet. It's okay. Keep
Yes.
reading.
And I said, I'm so excited. It's purposely joked that way. It's not perfect grammar. I said, I'm so excited for this job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the person said, yes! And yay! And I said, I don't know what team I'll be at, but thought of working and seeing you all bring me so much joy. Happy face. And the person says, congrats, man. I said, thank you, blank. It means a lot, especially coming from you. That's what I said. The person said, ha 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 ha. Not sure why, but sure. XD, like smiling face. And I should have just ended a conversation here. I should have ended a conversation here.
Yeah,
Because
but you got the hole further, didn't you?
this was such a
You were like,
nice.
Doug, and they put soil over it. They're like, oh, they're trying to help you. And you're like, no, no, I'm going to dig this hole.
Yes, I even did so many typos here. I said, because I look up to you, man. To hear thank you from a YouTube channel I've been following is super awesome. And it doesn't make sense. I don't explain why the YouTube channel, because a person did animation YouTube channel, and I used to look up to the person because of it. But I didn't explain that clearly. So I just said, it means a lot to hear thank you from a YouTube channel. And another mistake was I said, to hear thank you from you. He did not say thank you. I meant to say it's a lot, especially from you, because it means a lot to hear welcome from you. That's what I meant to say. It means a
Oh,
lot to hear welcome from you. But I said no.
oh,
No, June didn't stop. June said, because I look up to you, man, to hear thank you from you for giving me
oh.
is why. And I said, I know. I said, this is why this is super awesome. And I looked at it at a gym. By the way, don't send a message while you're at a gym. And I looked at it. I said, oh shit. I said, thank you from you. And it doesn't make sense. He shouldn't be thanking me to hire me. So I said
Yeah.
something and says, to hear welcome from you, asterisk, to like correct it, you know?
Yeah.
But I didn't even
Yeah.
type this correctly. I said yo instead of to. I said yo, here, welcome, asterisk. And at this point, I just gave up.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Do you see it? Yo, here,
Oh,
welcome. Yo,
yo, here, welcome. I can't read
it
it.
should have been
Blurry.
to hear welcome from you. And I already fucked it up on the, like when
Oh,
to
and he
shut
didn't
up.
respond.
He didn't
There's no.
respond. He was active on other Twitter, and I feel like he knew, and he knows I'm type of this person to like babble too much because I'm young, and I'm like, so I'm like, I need to fix this. I have a problem.
Oh my gosh. But I mean you're so excited and it happens, but it is kind of sad and I would feel the same as you. Like I'd be like, "Holy schmoly, why did I say that?" Because you're going to be working with this person and you almost like you don't want to put them on a pedestal, you
Yeah.
know? But I've definitely done that before with people. Like I told this person one time that this like similar thing.
Hmm.
Except it wasn't for a job. I was just like, yeah, I really respect you and look up to you because they're like a designer. And then they didn't respond for a long time. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah. But the job thing, I had a similar thing the other day, but just like I was sending an email and I think I'm pretty sure I read it wrong.
Hmm.
Like I inferred it wrong. Is that
Hmm.
is that English?
Yeah, inferred
Yeah.
is a word,
Anyways.
yes.
Um, because I think what the guy was saying, because I passed the first round of interviews, so now I'm going to the second round,
Hmm.
and um, he sent an email and he's like, hey, we think you'll be like we really want to work with you, and we're gonna put you through to the second round of interviews. Um, I know you have other interviews, so I want to make it work with your schedule. But can you just give me a few days, um,
Hmm.
probably to decide on the
Yeah.
thing, right? But
Hmm.
I interpreted that as, can you give me a few days that work for you? Can you tell me what days you want to have the interview? So instead of just saying, yes, take your time, I sent an email with 3 different options of days that would work for me. And I was like, I realized it after I sent it, and I was like, it looks like I'm so cheeky because I'm just like, yeah, that's right. I want these interviews on these days.
Oh my god.
That's right.
I'm
And he
sure
didn't.
I'm sure the
What?
person who read this is gonna be like, I think she read it wrong and like we're not gonna think of it, but you and I are gonna be like,
I know. I was just like, I'm so stupid. And at the end, because during the interview, this company, they don't have any other foreign people working there. So during the whole visa process to process me, they're not completely well versed on it yet, and so they're like thinking of maybe they should go ahead and get a copy of my residence card so that they can see if they can even like accept me or something like that, or what they need to do. And and we talked about it in the interview, and I was just like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it, I have a scanned copy, I can send you after. And in the same email where he said, can you give me a few days, in that same email at the end he said, also, we don't need you to send us a copy of the residence card, don't worry. And
oh
I did
no,
not read that. I
no.
did not read that because I was so excited. So I sent the email with the 3 different times, and I sent a copy. And I know for you guys listening, it seems like such a like a little unimportant thing,
Oh my
but
god.
I like for someone who's trying when you're trying to get a job, and it just feels like everything counts, and if you say one thing wrong, then they're going to be
Yes.
like, damn, this person's an idiot, we do
Yeah.
not want to hire them. That's like what goes through our minds.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god. Oh, I hope everything went well and they're gonna be like, it's okay, it's cool. Yes.
Yeah, no, they responded like the next day, and he's like, sorry for my late response. He didn't even say, hey, that's not what I meant.
It's better.
He
It's
just
better that
accepted
way.
it.
Yeah.
He was very kind. And he was like, he just said, okay, that day works for us at this time. I was like, wow, that's so nice. Good. Thank you for that.
Yes. You. Bravo. Yeah. I like
I
that way
know.
better. Not addressing it that I fucked up, like me
Yeah.
misunderstanding it, and just moving on. I'm like, yes. Yes.
Yes, because it's like it's not that important. Like if it was something important, then I get it. But I don't like people who just like get caught up over the tiniest details that aren't even important. And I feel like if they were those sort of people, I think it would be hell working for them. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
They would just point out all your faults and be like, hey, you didn't do this thing correctly. And it puts you more on edge. And I'm sure you might get better with this thing because your anxiety and everything. Like, I don't want to be called out again. But that's not a healthy environment to be in. Because, like, now I'm, like, more trying to. Yeah, like, I already have two strikes. So I'm more precautious on doing it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to find an app or something that helps me stop sending too much emails or something. Like, trying to improve on it. But I will like we'll talk more on the next BJ podcast because we are gonna do this continuously next Thursday. Yes, yes, possibly, yes.
Wait, let me check
I do
my
have to
schedule.
say I might not be able to do next Thursday because I'm leaving to California on Friday on 4 p.m.
Wait, so you can't do next Thursday?
I can as long as it's until 1 a.m. probably.
1 a.m.
Like 1 a.m. is the ending time. So I do have a flight the next day.
Wait, on Thursday. Okay, so that would be
Yeah,
what?
I have a
If we
flight.
started at like 11 a.m. my time.
Yeah,
Okay, it's. Wait, what day is that?
it's 20th. No, next Thursday would be 19th. But I'll be in Florida or not Florida. I'll be in California 20, 21, and 22. But we might be back a week
So,
after. Hey,
what? No. So the 19th for you is the 20th for
for
me.
me, yes.
And I have a doctor's appointment and a interview that day.
Which is a priority. That's good. BJ
Yeah.
podcast. We are figuring it out. We are getting jobs and interview, and that's a good thing. And we also really enjoy doing this, like seeing Kane earlier and Sergey, who retracted all his
Sergey.
who retracted all his messages, and Aubrey. It's nice. So
Oh.
yes,
Why did Sergey retract his messages?
it could be like a weird like a bot. It seems like it
No.
also says message retracted, message retracted, message retracted. So it could have been like, I don't know. You never know. But it was nice seeing you,
Yeah.
Sergey.
Okay, actually, what do you think about Wednesday, and which would be Wednesday night for you, which is Thursday morning for me.
Yeah, perfect. Yes. When
I
night.
can, I can do. So it would be 7 p.m. for you.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's get it. BJ Podcast. We don't stop. We keep it coming like your dad. I'm sorry.
That would be the 18th. No, wait. I'm so bad with dates right now.
18th at 7 p.m. and it will be 19th your time. It will be.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do that, peeps.
Yes.
And if you want to join us,
yes, we'll be here.
VIP.
We'll be here, fair and square. You know, but let me look at tips actually to help us with the when to shut up. 10 times when you should just shut up. This doesn't seem like a really. Number 1 says when you're mad. Number 2 when you're drunk. Oh my god, no, this is not what we're looking for. No. Email mistakes. How about that? That seems like what we're more. How to deal with common email mistakes and 4 super easy fixes. Clicking send before you're supposed to. We always done that. I always send like send. It's hard to stay calm after you accidentally send a half-assed email, especially you plan to revise it. Oh my god, or accidentally replying all. How do you deal with this?
I have a tip.
Yeah.
So one thing is do not type the recipient's name in. So even if you press send, it's not going to send, if it's on accident.
True.
Because I feel like I've accidentally sent things that are unfinished, and it's just horrible.
Mhm. I think Google did have undo send feature that came out.
Yeah, but you have like, I think you only have like 30 seconds or
Which
something,
is
or less.
fucked up. Do it like Instagram, man. People mess up more because we're more lazy now. You know, when calculator came, people are more lazy with calculation. So now, can we just like unsend email, like, please? Pretty please?
I don't know. Like, I feel like as long as the other party hasn't opened it, it should allow you to cancel it, you know?
Perfect. Yes.
And then, like, let's say
Because that's what I
or
did. Hmm.
let's say I feel like you should be able to delete it, and the other person may or may not have already seen it, but there's a possibility that they haven't, and if they haven't, it will be deleted on their end as well. If they already saw it, then it won't be deleted, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, because at my internship, we use Slack, and that's what most companies use. You can send messages, you don't do emails. It's like Facebook Messenger, but for corporate. But you can unsend everything. So I would say so much shit, and before they open it, I would be like, oh shit, and then unsend it, and they don't know if I unsended it. So I really like that feature.
Whoa. Except because it's corporate, I'm sure that they have a log.
But I'm sure like our level people doesn't check it as much. Hopefully. But I said so many shit. Like I get too emotional, you know. I'll be like, "Wow, thank you so much for your help." It should just be that, right? Wow, thank you so much for your help. It helped a lot when you did this, and like especially in this hard times, this is going on in Corona. It feels super heartfelt to me, and growing without a dad, it feels so blah 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 blah, like that kind of run-ons. And I should have just shut the fuck up at the first. Thank you so much, but no. You know.
How do you feel about like being the suck up at work, so to
Oh
speak?
my god, I am the suck up, but I try not to be
That
too.
was just so natural and so fast.
That's
Oh my
what I
god,
was
I am.
taught. I am a suck
What?
up, but I try not to be kiss ass. I try to be like, make them feel better about themselves, because everyone wants to feel important. Best way to befriend
Yeah,
someone is just listen and give great
yeah.
reactions of like, wow, yeah, that's amazing. You went to Czechoslovakia to rescue the Beatles. That's awesome. Yeah, I actually did some research on the Beatles, so that's awesome that you do the Beatle rescuing.
Czechoslovakia. How old are these people? It doesn't even exist anymore.
But you know what I mean. This is the reaction I would give. In
It's beautiful.
Yeah, in reality, if someone at club said to me like, "Oh, I go to Czechoslovakia to rescue the Beatles," I'm like,
Yeah, I know. But if it's your coworkers,
you'd be like,
like one
"Wow."
of the people in the interview, he's like, "Yeah, I used to watch this show, and they had a really cool car, and I wanted that car, so I bought it now because I'm rich." They
Well,
didn't say because I'm rich, but it was like a humble brag, and I was just like, "Wow, that's so awesome!"
I felt
Wow,
so bad for you.
great.
I see it. Your positivity. You're like,
Yeah, I was like, "Sugoi!" No, I wasn't that extreme, but yeah.
but
But I
yeah,
think it is. I really do think it's awesome that you're able to achieve that dream.
but you don't.
But
Yeah.
on the other hand, if it was a different situation, I wouldn't have been so
Impressed.
enthusiastic.
Yeah. They're like, I can own that car. I'm like, great. Like, I would be so happy about it. Like, if it's someone I cared about and I loved, but someone I just
Yeah.
met and don't know of. What's your name again? Is it Tim, Jim?
I think you do need to start calling him Tim because it is a baby of Jim and Tom, you know? So it's even more like fuck you know what I
No,
mean?
no, but it's so different. The name is so different. Like, I'll use a better name. So the person go by, it's not their name. by Fernando. Their legal name is Fernando, but they go by T. That's how
Really?
different it is. It's that's how different it is. They have this their original like name in their own country, but they go by this weird letter. Like, not that it's weird if you're watching and you discover this podcast, please do not. Um,
You're like, no, it's not weird. In fact, it's beautiful. I love you. I
See,
think you're
this is
awesome.
it's ironic because this is called "When to Fucking Shut Up," and we should. But
Yeah.
that's why Anna and I love each other, and because we don't know when to shut up. Unless like when it's serious, of course we're like. But if it's normal fun situation, we're like,
Or if it's a funeral, we're like, just kidding.
oh yeah, we'll be like, we'll try to lighten the mood up and be like, wow, you know, when this person was alive, not anymore.
No! What the hell? Hey, you know when the person was last alive? It was 3 weeks ago to this day. Yeah. Usually bodies would have completely, or not completely, but they would have been rotting. There should be maggots, but this is unnatural, and we've put a lot of chemicals inside this person's body, and so if you get close enough and you smell them, it won't smell that bad. So feel free to get close to them when you're saying goodbye at the open casket.
Yes.
Love you. Peace and love.
Oh my god, speaking of death, I want to share a sad story, but I don't think I want to get sad, and I don't want to spread the sadness. So, do you want to hear
Which
mad?
one?
No, it's a really sad
What?
story. Oh my god. It's so short, but so sad. Or you could hear a maddening story that makes you mad, but also like, which is your choice?
Well, I am very greedy, so I want to hear both of them.
Oh no. The first
We
one's
can
so
have people in the comments, as in Kane and Aubrey. Which story? Which story do you want to hear? Sad story or the story that makes you go, hmm,
Hmm. I
hmm.
I'll share sad one and then mad one to cleanse off the
Okay.
sadness. The first one's so sad. A really famous comedian who is very happy and bright uh, killed herself. Um, but her mom saw that and she also killed herself to follow her daughter. And I thought that was so sad. And the mom wrote a letter saying to her husband, "I'm so sorry. I couldn't let my daughter walk alone." And I was like, oh my god. I feel so bad for the husband, but like the mom, like the comedian person who killed herself had like a skin disease, and then mom felt like it was her problem probably because she gave that skin disease possibly. So she was like, it's my fault, and my daughter killed herself, so I didn't want her to go alone. So and I was like, oh damn, that's so sad.
But what if the gene came from the dad? Should she shoot the father and be like, I don't want
No,
our daughter to walk alone, and you were the one that did this to her, and then she could kill him?
no, I guess you could see it that way. That's true. I think it would, for me, it was just like the mom just didn't want to see her baby dying alone, and it must be so lonely. So she was like, "I'll go with you." I'm like, "Oh God, this is so sad." So like, it's sad, but at least may they rest in peace.
But see, that's the good thing if you're, let's say, agnostic atheist or somewhat atheist, because then you believe nothing comes next. So you wouldn't kill yourself to
That's
join your
true.
daughter because it wouldn't help anything.
That is true. Yeah, suicide is never the answer. Nowhere, what? It is never the answer unless you're in a war and you're amputated and you are bleeding and you are, well, I don't know. Never gonna be in that situation anyway. We both did that. We both did that.
That's true, though. I mean, probably not, but
Oh my god, Anna and I were like
yeah.
same direction too. Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, Aubrey. Aubrey said that's so sad, sad face. Oh, Yeah. But to the mad but also good news is that you know how Trump been saying like if there's a voter fraud, everything's been a fraud, like, the Democrats has corrupted the vote, whatever. Fox News, that is well known to be Trump's side, saying, hey, Trump people, even Trump's son is going around and daughters are going around saying it's a fraud, it's a fraud, it's a voter fraud, it's not true. Fox News is saying, please stop saying that, Trump family. It is not accurate. There is no factual evidence that it's a fraud. So please do not share news, false information, not based on facts. And I was like, Fox News siding against Trump? It is human thing to do. Like it is true. Like calling the election fraud is a really serious thing. Like I was shocked that Fox sided with the truth. So like
Yeah, tiny claps.
yeah.
Tiny claps.
It's like it's not mad. It's maddening knowing that Trump is like it's a fraud, but it's like Fox News, like good for you.
I think it's like not just about like they're siding with Trump, but it's because he represents their party, the conservative party, and he
Yeah.
makes them look bad,
Mm-hmm.
And I guess now that President Biden is in power, it's like somewhat okay for them to say those things. Whereas if he was still in power, they would probably be. We probably couldn't say anything, maybe.
Yeah, under the president's rule, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so scary. And then the comments were very mixed too. To some of the Trumpy was like, "Oh my god, Fox is turning weird. What's wrong? Did the Dems got you too? Democrats got you too?" So I'm like, I don't think they're gonna believe it. They're always gonna believe Trump. It's like telling people that there could be transgender, but some people just don't believe it, and it's like no matter how much you explain to them, they're never gonna understand it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
might as well
Mhm.
have a good life. Cause yeah, so Trump is not gonna be a president anymore starting January. Is it January 22? Let me see. When does Biden starts? Biden should be getting no. When does he starts? It, these articles are so shitty because it's all like, oh, inauguration day. That's the word. January 20th. All bipartisan congressional blah 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 is doing outside full scale inauguration ceremony on January 20. Not too far. 2 months from now.
Wow.
2 months from now. 60 days from now.
Wow.
67 days to be exact. So
It's a good thing to celebrate because, especially in the US, we have Thanksgiving. Well, we have Halloween, then we have Thanksgiving in November 26th. Then, which is like, I think you might know Kane probably, but it's like where you celebrate with your family, and you just say what you're thankful for,
yes.
and it's a way to eat a lot of yummy food, basically. Let's be real,
Yes.
and spend time with your loved ones, and then after that, and you get into a food comatose, which is lovely. Food coma,
Yes.
yeah. And then we have Christmas. Whether you believe it or not, it's fun to get presents.
Yes.
And then we have New Year's, which is wonderful. I think Korean, Japanese, and American is the same time, right?
Yeah.
No,
Amazing.
Korean New Year's is February 12th.
Oh, if you're doing that, it should be on Seollal, which is a totally different
14th.
day. I don't know. It changes every year. It always goes with the moon cycle.
Okay. Well, anyways, in America, we have the first, and that's all is woo. And then the next holiday is
Martin Luther King Jr.
February.
Day.
That one.
That's an actual.
Valentine's Day.
Wait, what's the inauguration day or?
No, Valentine's Day.
Well, to me, holidays when you get day off. That's what it counts. You don't get day off on Valentine's.
But I like chocolate.
That's true.
So before that though, what is there? January after the New Year's is like this huge like blowout and it's like so fun and everything's happy. And then it's just this time of just bleak, cold sadness.
Let me
But
look.
it'll be
Major
because then
American.
what?
Sorry. No, no, you go. The major American public holidays. It doesn't count Valentine's Day, but it's New. Yeah, it's on Google. According to Google, official Google thing, it says New Year's Day, January 1st, Martin Luther King Day, January 20th. So Biden will be president on inauguration on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That's pretty
Is
cool.
that meant to be that way?
I don't know.
It's kind of like you're stealing his thunder in a way, but okay.
Maybe, hopefully, Biden will be like do something to celebrate honor.
Yeah.
I hope so. Please, Biden, please be everything what we wanted you to be. I know it's a lot on your shoulder, but bitch, you won. You got a lot to do. Like you said, you're gonna do a lot, so we believe in you.
Yeah, he has to do it.
Yes. The next break after January is we don't get any holidays on February, March, April, and the official one is May 25th on Memorial Day. And then Friday, July 3rd on Independence Day for day off. Monday, September 7th for Labor Day. Wednesday, November 11th for Veteran Day, which is bullshit. We did not get a day off, but it is good.
I
We
thought
should.
that was Singles Day.
And then we have Thanksgiving and Christmas. But this doesn't also seem to include like Father's Day, Mother's Day, and like Valentine's Day. So I'm like, okay, so many things to
Yeah.
do. And it clearly
Oh
doesn't have
my
your birthday,
gosh.
which is like the biggest holiday of the year. So
June, I have a lot of, once you start working too, I have a lot of questions about working
mm-hmm.
at like an American company too, because
Yes,
it's also like, for like Valentine's Day and stuff, do you have to give each other chocolates? You don't, right?
at work, no, no, we don't.
Okay.
You can bake cookies, but I'm sure there's a rule I don't know about. You're gonna be like, oh, you didn't count vegetarians and vegan options, and I'm gonna be like,
Gluten free only.
I want to do like so many bakings, but I don't know. Like working at a company, you have to think about stuff. I I can't wait.
I think I with my coworkers chocolates.
Ooh, that's sweet. I would love to get that as a coworker, but I would like non-dairy chocolate, please, if you are my coworker watching this.
Oh my gosh. And if I didn't know, which I probably won't, I'm just gonna give them to you anyways.
And I'm gonna be like, thank you so much. And I take them and I save it for Halloween. And when kids come, I'm like, you want some chocolate? Here you go.
Here's some expired chocolate.
No, they don't expire,
Probably
right?
not. Okay, but if you get the good stuff, which I'm not going to give the good stuff, but
Well,
I had some amazing chocolate the other day. It's from I cannot say this name to save my life. Pierre Marcolini, I think.
Pierre
Wait,
Marcolini. It sounds so cool.
Anyways, it's amazing chocolate.
Yes.
So delicious.
Come in your mouth.
I
Yes.
love it. If you're willing to break out a little bit, we should definitely get it. It's kind of
Is
a
it?
little pricey,
Is it in Japan
but
only? Pierre Marcolini?
no.
But I'm sure it's different. Some stuff from Korea is different than buying in America. Like McDonald's. Korean McDonald's is way more better.
No. Oh, also, I don't know in the US, do you know the chocolate? I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong. Again, I like to butcher anything that sounds pretty. Lint? Is that what is that lentil? Lint, right?
I don't know any Lindt
Sad
chocolate.
that I don't know how to say this because this is like one of my favorite commercial, like,
Oh,
look,
Lindt. Lindt.
yeah.
Oh, I love this shit. I used to eat this shit all the time. It comes in a circle thing, and you do it. You put it in your mouth, you bite into it, and there's something milky inside of it.
Like, yeah, like the creamy thing. They have those, and they also just have regular chocolate bars, which I used to always eat.
Oh,
But
when it's Christmas time, you know Japan chocolate dessert. Good. Yes.
and
Wow.
in Japan, like near where I work right now, there's like it's small, but I think it's like three levels. Of the first is like it's like the shop, and it has a cafe. You can buy like special chocolate drinks and like I think like cakes and chocolates. Isn't that awesome?
That is
And I haven't
awesome.
been there yet. It's really strange.
I want to go. I do have a weird question that just came out of my mind, and then you have to decide one or the other. Okay? You have this perfect husband. Everything's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, what? Where did this come? Okay.
When he's up naked and you guys are about to have sex, and when he's about to shut cum, you have to choose. Okay? One thing. One, he just comes regularly, and you can get pregnant. Two, he comes out the most tastiest chocolate instead of cum. You can drink an edible, but you will never be pregnant. Chocolate cum forever for the rest of your life. It's safe if it comes
Oh,
inside your
I
body.
see. So it's always going to be chocolate.
Even though you can't get a kid?
No, 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 no. I was asking you. So what
One
you're
or the other.
saying, I see. So either the regular stuff that we all know has like a
Not that
metallic
tasty. Yes.
scent generally, unless you know what other scent there is, and or actual chocolate,
What about
like it's
you?
actual.
Aubrey also answered, but yes. Actual chocolate.
No, wait,
And you can also maybe change the flavor all the time on what you feed him. It was always going to be good. It could be dark chocolate, it could be milk chocolate, strawberry chocolate. It's always going to be good. It's safe for sex. If he comes inside you, it's also fine. Nothing happens.
what? Okay, somehow this is a magical
Magical
chocolate.
world, yes, in this world. But you cannot get pregnant because it will never be sperm, but beautiful, tasty chocolate. Rich,
Um,
creamy, yes.
if the guy is not super attractive, maybe that's better for our children's sake.
But this is a perfect guy. Perfect guy.
Oh, no, I want no, I want to
Oh,
have kids.
right. It'll be nice if he can do both. He can just turn the faucet on for the chocolate. It'll be nice.
Oh my gosh, that would be so great for both of
You'll be
us.
like, and then like,
Oh my gosh, and I'll always smell like chocolate, you know what I'm saying?
oh yes. You'll be like chocolate choco. Um,
I actually do have a conditioner that smells like vanilla or like sugar cookies, and I love it so
ooh,
much.
that sounds nice. Sugar cookie, shampoo, and conditioner. And Aubrey said, "Fuck Trump," and says, After Thanksgiving dinner, my sister and I decorate house for the Christmas." Oh my God, yes. Are you gonna decorate for Christmas?
Um, yeah, maybe I do have a little tiny plant over here, so if it won't die, I might like hang something on it.
Yes. Oh,
Like,
yes. Aubrey said, "Lint, they are so good," but she was so excited she mistyped it. She says, THISE are so good, which is also fine. The milk
look,
caramel one are my jam, and she says, "I don't want kids, so I'm gonna take a chocolate cum." Ah,
I
chocolate
knew you were
cums.
gonna say that, Aubrey,
Yeah.
because I know you're gonna have dog children, fur babies.
Have you seen that movie, Wolf Kids? Wolf Child? Wolf Children? It's a
No.
famous anime movie, but like, I didn't watch it, but I saw a summary of it. It just sounds like a brat. I don't know. Basically, this woman in amazing college have a. I'm just gonna tell you because I don't think you're gonna see it.
Okay, all right. Spoilers, everyone.
Yes, this amazing woman at college. She meets this guy who's different. She's like, "You're not in my class." He's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Come in anyway." They take class and like they fall in love, and then like they fuck eventually. This is so quick summary, and I'm rushing. I didn't even see it. I saw the summary video, so I'm summarying from that, so it's not clear. But they fuck, and he's like, "I can do this," and turn into a wolf, like full wolf. Ow! And I'm like, "Ooh, you furry." But he have a human form, so they fuck, and she's like, a belly. Oh my god, I'm pregnant. And then she gave birth. And she didn't complete college, which was first. You went to the best college, expensive college, but you didn't complete college. But she gets pregnant and she gives birth to the first child, and then she gets pregnant again and has a second child. First child is like a girl, and the second child is like, oh, I'll reset. Such a sad movie. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this. The second child is a boy, but like the whole story is the father dies. Oh, apparently mom was craving something or something. Father's gonna be like, I'm gonna go hunt some food because I'm a wolf, but you can also work and buy stuff, I guess, or something. But he dies and he get picked up by this guard, like the garbage disposal, and she's like, no, don't, it's my husband, right? But now she moves to like the countryside and buys this like old house. She renovates it, raise a kid. Young girls like, I really want to go to school. I want to go to school. I want to go to school, be with a regular kid. But when they get mad, they turn into a wolf. So she's like, fuck. So she tried to teach them, but of course they fuck it up. So they get in this dire situation. But what I was so pissed about was the younger son that they have. All of a sudden was like went to the mountain and saw this fox. I guess the mountain's guardian fox or something, and be like, oh, I'm gonna be a wolf for the rest of my life. I'm gonna live the wolf way. But mom's like, no, I guess. So there was a conflict, but the son was like, I'm gonna be a wolf. But there was a day where there's like a big tornado coming, like deadly tornado. The son goes missing. Mom's like going after him at this mountain to save him. But then like she thinks she sees him, but she's hallucinating, sees her husband, and he's like, let him be. He's gonna be a wolf anyway. And I'm like you let your mom search for you in the middle of the tornado, and you just want to be this edgy little wolf and be like, I'm gonna be a wolf. This was the way I was meant to be. And she just like, I don't know. And that's how the movie ends. She lives happily with her like daughter, and I'm like, first of all, what they should have done is a guy should have worked while she finishes college so she can get a corporate job and get a stable life. He should have supported her fully, like, and then after the first baby pregnancy, you should have went to like animal hospital and snip that wolf dick so you can't give no babies anymore. And like before the dad died, dad should have like taught these kids like, hey, you're gonna feel it, or like should have wrote notes or something of some kind and be like, hey, you're gonna have these urges as wolf. I don't know. All I was looking at this movie was like, y'all fucking, I don't know,
But he didn't know he was gonna die.
yeah, I know, but like, she should have finished college and prepped anything, and they should have snip. It was just, I don't know. Looking at it was like the son was a brat, but yeah, again, it was just,
That's kind of just bad parenting, right? I
yeah,
mean,
like mom was at a fault too in a way of like not. I mean, she's not at fault mostly, but like not finishing college, just being in love. I get it, but not planning it thoroughly. And that's when I actually had a conversation with my chiropractor. Because I got into car accident. She never wanted to have kid. She never ever wanted to have kids. I known her for 10 years, but she got a kid 3 years ago. And I asked her why, because we're close like that. You shouldn't ask your doctor that question, but
why?
yeah, I asked
Why,
her.
child?
Yeah, I asked her why, and I'm like, well, the best way to get a kid is when you're stable, when you have a like good stable income. A lot of people get kids when they're like early 20s or early 30s, but she got a kid at 35, and it is late technically in Korean standards because my parents want me to have a kid at 20, late 20s, which is now. But she said, I'm so glad that I got kid at like 35 because I was more stable. I could hire people like to do cleaning or whatever when I had to work and take care of baby. I had money and I was more stable enough to do it, and my husband and I didn't fought as much versus like other couple if they're struggling to earn money if they're both working, they could, but it seemed like okay, I'm still debating if I want a kid, right? But talking to her about it was like, cool. And I asked her like, do you what do you, what made you change that you want to have a kid? And she's like, I was so different and I guess dumb back then. Looking and smile at my
Yeah.
son every day, every time I tell him I could, do anything for you. And, he was
Um,
like, she was telling her son like, "Oh, I could even die for you," and the son was like, "Ah, you could? No, mommy, why would you die for me?" And then I'm like, "Oh God, then I probably want a kid too, huh?" Like, oh God. So it's like, it got me thinking like maybe if I want to have a kid, I'll get it when I'm like stable and like more like I have a lot of money to spare, so I can be like, yes, yes. Because I want to keep marriage together, so like you don't want to divorce because of the stress of raising a kid because it's a lot. So yeah, I've been talking. Yes.
no, but yeah, for sure. Like, I think that's a really like rational way to go about it, like waiting until you're stable and you have enough money because the number one reason for divorce, I think, is over money. And children definitely play a huge role in that because they use up a lot of money and they cause a lot of stress in that way.
Yeah.
And it's not like I don't want to say it's a child's fault, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it definitely like the child shouldn't feel at fault, but
Yeah.
it is definitely a factor for
Yeah.
sure. Um,
Which the parents should have considered, which a lot of people don't.
I think 35. I think that's totally fine. I think for anyone, if you feel ready, well, if you're like a logical-ish thinker and you feel ready, because I know a lot of impulsive people that are like, I'm ready to have a baby, and I'm like, no, you ain't.
Macintosh kids who
No.
got pregnant and moms now, which is great, but I'm sure they sound like they went through a lot of struggle.
One certain person I remember, well, let's not talk about that, but if you're ready and you're actually ready and you're not just having a baby to keep a relationship because that doesn't work, or you're not having a baby just because it's like an accessory or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of terrible reasons to have children, but I mean, for what is there really a good reason? I don't know. I guess financially, one day you'll hope they take care of you and change.
Yeah,
You
for
know?
sure. I'm sure your kids are gonna be like, I don't know. I think you mentioned this before. I'm not sure. You know what you said you want to be like. You didn't like how your mom kind of also made your sister compete, but I feel like if you have a kids, your kids are gonna be like try so hard in their best to make you happy and impressed all the time. I don't know. I feel like you'll have a.
No, like that was the thing that I thought wasn't a good thing. That I felt like my sister and I were always in competition for our
Against each
mother's
other.
attention, and that has led us even to this day to have feelings. Even if it's like faint, it's still there. There's like a feeling of competition.
Hmm.
And I don't think that's healthy. And I don't like blame my mom, but I just learned from that. And I'm like, well, there's a certain way to like deal with those things. And I want both of my children to feel like there isn't necessarily a right and wrong answer. But it's so easy for me to talk about it like this because I don't have kids. But if
Yeah.
I did, it would be like
Hmm.
way different. But I do think it's still acceptable to consider what kind of person you want to be or what kind of parent or you want to be so that when you do have kids, at least you have some kind of thing in mind. So if you kind of start to become someone you don't want to be, you can say, oh no,
Yeah.
I don't want to be that mom or that dad.
Hmm.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah. I I think what kind of kids? I guess do you know at least at the moment like type of kid you would want, like a daughter or son? What like to? For me, I would want exactly someone like me. I would do anything for my mom to make her happy, and she would be always impressed with me, I guess, and be like, "Oh, I did good job bringing my son here, right? Like to America, and I raised him well." And I want to have a kid who would like to do their best to get me to think. The kid would try to get me to think, wow, I raised her or him really, or they really well. They would do everything in their way to make me happy. That's the type of kid I would want. And I would just be like, "You always make me happy." And inside, I'm counting cash. No, I'm like, no, but you know what I mean? Like, I would tell them, like, "You always make me happy, no matter what."
You always make me happy. I've already started a college fund. I just want to let you know I require interest. So after you graduate and you get a good job, you need to pay me back.
Yes, it's not like the bank, so it won't be that as much, but still
I'm
some.
not a bank. This isn't a fairy tale, bitches. Okay. But I don't know. I don't. I mean, I think I would prefer someone who is chemically balanced. I don't want to I don't want to give them any things I have or any things my relatives have that are not good, like mental things or something. Or I want them to be like
Healthy.
healthy and physically healthy and like not be prone to certain diseases and stuff. Hmm. I don't know. What else would I want? I would definitely want my kids to respect other people
Yes.
and respect themselves. That's important.
I I faintly see it. You having kids.
It's like so vague, but I don't know.
It's it's so
I think
blurry.
I hear a lot of problems too with people who expect too much from
From their
their
kids.
children.
Yeah.
And when their children don't meet their expectations, there's there's always like fighting because the parents believe the child needs to be a certain way, and when the child isn't that way, there's this gap that and then the parents look some people look at it like it's the child's like as if it's the child's fault, but really it's the parents' fault for having those expectations.
Yeah.
So
W-
there's like this
Yeah.
dissonance.
The perfect example is college. What would you tell your kids? Do you have to go to college, or can they succeed in other ways?
No. Yeah, I would say I think there's alternative ways of living.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want them to do something. Like I would want them to maybe work or something, but I would be okay if they wanted to take a year off and do that whole thing where you go
Discover yourself.
and you just explore. And I don't know, either I will provide the money for that
Mm-hmm.
or they will save for that like with a part-time job,
Yeah.
which I think is good to have a part-time job. My parents didn't want me having a part-time job like when I was in high school because they thought it was dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Like from especially because I was trying to work at a restaurant and they didn't like me like staying out late and stuff. But I feel like you could at least do like once a week on the weekends
Yeah.
or something. I don't know, but either way, hey,
Yes.
yeah.
That's cool. I guess I learned a lot more from you about
If,
parenting.
Pooh, if you could have a designer baby, what would you like your baby to look like?
Have half something with Korean, not exact same race. Half Caucasian, half Thai maybe. Half not Chinese or Japanese because we're very similar. So anything non-Asian, anything Asian but not Korean, Chinese or Japanese, maybe.
But Vietnamese?
Vietnamese could work. Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, yeah. What else?
I met a girl who she was part I think she's half Korean, a quarter Japanese, and a quarter Chinese, and she looked like Indonesian maybe.
Hmm.
She had very tan skin and she had a very like exotic like look.
Ooh.
So you just never know.
I have a question. I also feel about this way personally because I do know kids also have stress with it. I don't think I want to have a kid, even a mixed kid, that is too different from my ethnicity. I try not to. Because sometimes people are, or even the kids themselves are going to question, like, mommy or daddy, or like, why don't I look like you? Or other kids are saying, you don't look like my dad, or people are staring at a grocery shop. And that's another thing they're going to have to live with. Racism, I guess that's a word. Is that a racism? I guess your parents are not the same skin color as you, so they're not. So
It's like
oh
an
my god, Aubrey
identity.
said story of my life. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Aubrey. But yeah, I don't want my children to experience that. But then I,
Okay, but Aubrey looks like exactly, well, not, she, Aubrey looks like a perfect mixture between her dad and her mom. So if her mom was next to her, I would be like, they're related. And if her dad was next to her, I'd be like, they're related. But her sister is an exact replica of her mom.
I need
I don't even know
I
what.
need to read you what Aubrey typed. This is disturbing. Oh my god.
What did she say?
Oh, someone at her high school thought my mother and I were a couple in high school when my mother kissed me on the forehead. So they thought they were a couple. Huh.
Oh my gosh, Aubrey. Oh my gosh, that's so funny because I was with my mom. This was like 2 years ago,
At a
maybe
mall. Hmm.
either 2 years ago, yeah. And I was walking. This was in South Carolina, like in a kind of like a more liberal area,
Oh,
and like in
nice.
the town. We were just walking around, and my mom was walking our dog, and I was just walking with her. And this lady with the dog, we like stopped, and we kind of said something to her, and she thought me and my mom were dating.
Ah!
She thought we were a fucking couple too. Isn't that so weird? Because I also don't look like my mom. I look like my dad's dad, like exactly like him, and I don't look like my other family. I do kind of like look like my sister, but I don't look like my
Yeah,
mom.
you and Emily are sisters for sure.
Yeah.
But I could see that.
So,
Yeah.
but it's so weird to assume that
Yeah.
because I don't know, like there's like a young girl and like an older woman, and if it was me, I would assume that they're mother and daughter,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
maybe it's me being a little
Maybe,
prejudiced because they're the same sex in a way.
yeah.
But I'm like, well, they're both white. Maybe they're, related.
For me, I'm very, I guess it's very stereotypical. I don't assume lesbian couple unless they're wearing like a really like LGBT shirts or one of them has a buzz cut, like stereotypical lesbian look.
Oh my God, that's awful. I want to get a buzz cut, and I hate that stigma.
I'm so sorry, but
But I know
that's,
what you're saying. I know what you're
but,
saying.
but
But
like
I
those,
saw these two
mm,
girls at the park at night,
yeah.
and they don't have any stereotypical lesbian like
Of course,
looks. It just
yes.
normal people, like
Yeah.
no, I don't know, standard style. But I don't know how to say that in
I
a
know what you're
not
saying. Yeah, it's
way.
understood. Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay, and I actually thought they were mother and daughter. I thought they were mother and daughter. And then they started making out hardcore.
Ah!
And I was like,
I
hey, that was not how it is.
mean,
But
could
even
be
me,
both. I'm kidding, no. But
I would never go up to them, or like if we had an encounter, I wouldn't say, oh, so you guys are mother and daughter, or you guys are a couple. Like it's weird to assume. Aubrey, what is your classmate is so weird. Also, that's a huge compliment to your mom, because then it's either they thought she was a lot younger than she is, or they thought you had like an age gap thing going on.
oh, Aubrey said this happened at the mall. So I guess when she was in high school, mall people
Oh, at
assumed.
the mall.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm. She said, right?
Yeah,
It's so
I
weird.
had the same thing happen. It's weird as fuck. I was like, what? Like, it was
What
so shocking.
what was their age difference? If it Could you tell they were a big age difference? Because there's also a gay couple that's like daddy and twink type. It could be like
Well, if they're holding hands, I'm gonna and the child isn't a child, or no, sorry, the younger person isn't a child. If they're holding hands and they seem like they don't have,
sexual
they
like
seem like they're capable of,
family love.
like they're not, like I've seen some people who are disabled who are holding hands with their parents, but I mean that's a different story. But if they're just, average healthy person and they're younger and they're holding person hands with someone older, if they're like a teenager, I'm gonna think something's weird unless they're a girl. But that's like gender
But
stereotypes.
I just thought about it. There are so many people like that at my company I'm going into. Lesbian couples, gay couples, so many
Yeah,
different couples,
with age
and
gaps.
I'm gonna be like, oh my god, are you guys parent? That's when I
Do you have a parrot? That's what I was gonna say. Do you
yeah
have a parrot?
I'm
Do you
just
guys have a parrot?
yeah. I need to learn how to watch my mouth. I'll find a book about it. Oh my god, so I don't talk too much. Like today, thank you for thanking me. Like the tweet I can't still. So like yeah, I'm sure I'll encounter those lesbian couples, gay couples, then I'll be like, oh my god, you guys make a great couple. Oh my god, your mom and you are awesome, and your mom is rocking that buzz cut and piercings. Yes, yes, great. Yeah.
That's why you don't say anything. You just wait for them to tell you.
Ooh,
That's the best.
love the pride flag your mom has tapped on your arm. Yeah, that will be extra
What if,
confusing.
oh, you know what's gonna be even weirder? So let's say that let's say the younger person has a heart here that says mom. Maybe we're getting into another territory. You know what
Oh,
I
it could be
mean?
lesbian moms too.
Oh, I was thinking like a lesbian incest with mom and daughter. You know what I mean?
They exist, I'm sure. Oh God, I'm sure if I YouTube it, there's some French movie or something about it. They're
No,
like je ne sais quoi or something.
je ne sais lesbian.
No. Okay, this is when we need to shut up. Of
I know.
course, we did not follow our own
We
rules.
love lesbians, we love gay people, we love straight people, we love everything in between.
And lesbian love Anna for sure because I remember.
I love lesbians.
Yes, Anna is popular for sure because when we were at a gay club after Anime Expo, there was this one Korean lesbian girl. She kept telling me, "Your friend, she's so beautiful" in Korean. And I'm like,
It was
oh,
really fun though. She was so
she was
nice. I feel
fun.
good.
Yeah, it turned
Like I
out.
don't understand people who like act all disgusted. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I feel good. She likes me. I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's right.
And then you guys had a really good time hanging out session together.
Yeah, but I will say I did actually fear a little bit because
Yeah.
she was like
Drunk.
she was like a super gentleman. I don't know, like a how would you say like just like going through the crowds, she would like put her hand and I was like this
Oh
girl.
my god, I would be like,
But when we went to the restroom together and at that point I was like she's stronger than me.
no.
And I was like what? Because I don't know her. Like I
Yeah,
met
of
her like
course.
seconds ago.
Yeah,
I was like what's
of
gonna
course.
happen? I know it's dumb, but
No,
I
no.
had heard like, some stories of like situations like
Mhm.
with I mean straight people too, but it's also like I was like, but nothing happened obviously. But I was kind of scared for like a
Of
second.
course, yeah. It's normal to be scared with someone you don't know as closely in
Yeah,
a club. You just met that
yeah.
person that
If it
day.
was a guy too, I would have been scared. But the guy also usually doesn't go in the bathroom with me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
but
guy.
yeah,
But yes, I still remember. She was like, "Oh, she's so beautiful," and I told her, and I like, if she makes
yeah.
you uncomfortable, let me know.
Oh, I also remember watching her do The Matrix when this creepy straight dude or whatever he was, this creepy dude that came up and tried to like make out with her. And she's just like,
Psych. Hey, that's
like
good.
she was like really matrixing, like literally like bent, and I was like, that's skills.
Wasn't there also a straight white guy when we were sitting at a bar at a different club? He just came to us sitting by the thing. Him like, hey, do you want to kiss me or something? To you?
Yeah, he came up to me like there's like a fence between us because like there's the outdoor seating for the bar, and then there's like a fence, and you can just walk right by, and you know you don't really get in from the fence, but you can talk to people
Yeah.
obviously. And he was like, "Oh, you're so sexy," and then he's like, "Oh, like you want to do something, or I don't know." And I was like, "Oh, I'm leaving tonight," which we kind of were
Yeah,
in
we
a way.
were.
Like
Yeah.
we were leaving in the morning, but which was really dumb because we were partying all night.
I
Remember?
know. He literally
We're
burned.
at the airport, like hours later,
Yeah.
dying. That was so funny.
You and I were like, oh, we Uber to the airport. We're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
fun
no, that
times.
guy is like, oh, and then he's like, oh, well, that's okay. Like we have time or something like that. And then I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, do you want to kiss me? And I'm like, I'm a lesbian. And he's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no.
Yeah. What did you feel about that entire exchange? Like, what was your
Well,
reaction?
obviously, he's so sleazy and thirsty, and like the other girl probably also told that other guy, I'm a lesbian, and he still like went after her. That's so like, it's so uncomfortable and sick. I mean, even if
Hmm.
you're not, and I mean, I lied, but still, like, it's
Hmm.
like you need to respect people's boundaries, you
Yeah.
sicko.
That's one thing I don't like about West Hollywood. Not that I don't like straight guys, but like at Atlanta gay clubs, there's barely any straight guys. If they are, they're with their girlfriends. But at West
Yeah,
Hollywood, there are so many straight guys in gay clubs, and I was like, what are you doing here? They're here to pick up girls. That's what they are, because they are smart enough to know so many girls are here. But why?
there's
So rude. So nasty. So rude.
Yeah, because like everyone's going there honestly so they don't have to deal with that. Because it's
Hmm.
like at a regular club, like men too, but especially women,
Of
like
course.
mostly heterosexual club,
Yeah,
like
of
club,
course.
and then like they like grind on you and like touch you and like la la la, and
Hmm.
it's kind of entertaining. Like
Yeah.
it can be really entertaining, but
Hmm.
it can also be like very unwanted, and sometimes people just keep going
Doing
and
it. Yeah.
they just don't stop. And I've just had some weird experiences,
Hmm.
like so many club experiences. Like this one guy, he like he went up behind me, and he was like kind of like touching my waist and stuff and being
Ah.
like coming closer to me, and I was just like going further away from him, and my friend noticed this, and she like jumped in between us and like looked at the guy, and then the guy was obviously on some drugs because he was like, fuck you, and he said that for about, I don't know, 3 minutes straight.
Was this the Indian dude?
No, this was a Japanese guy.
Gasp.
And he just kept saying "fuck you" for like literally at least 2 or 3 minutes, just straight, and like
Hmm.
really loud. I don't know if you were there, Aubrey. Probably not.
Hmm.
It was our lovely Tarakins who jumped in between to try to save me, but the guy was so crazy that it didn't really do anything, and we just tried to get away,
Yeah.
and he just kept following us. So crazy.
Aubrey said, straight guy, yuck.
But the bouncer wouldn't do anything for us.
Oh my, they wouldn't. It's sad that we can't trust those people at clubs. So you just have to fend for yourself, and that's why we go to gay clubs. But they still follow us. So what the fuck's wrong with
Yeah,
guys?
exactly. Well, I
But
think the bouncer, they have like that, they had a lot of other things that were more important, and they didn't see it important enough. Like unless the person is like attacking you, they don't really care.
one thing I really liked was one of Rachel's friend had a cell phone that was a taser. I really want that. It looks like a phone, but when you press the lock button, it's like, and I'm like, ooh, I want that.
But it has at the top, it has the little things.
No, it looks like a phone. But when she pressed it,
Whoa!
it did the spark thing, and I was like, ah. So I'm like, maybe I can look it up and find one, and get one in America. So when you go and be like, you're at a phone, you're holding your phone intentionally, taser, and you're like clubbing, and then the guy comes to you and you don't like him.
No, no, no. No, no, no. Oh
It-
yeah, actually that's good. No, and then they come up behind you and they try to grind on you, so you go under and they think you're gonna like grab their balls and like touch them, but no, you're tasering that shit.
I hope so.
Go
That's
straight
good.
for the wand.
It's like your protection. We need it. Yes. Good.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, yeah. Oh shh. Oh shh.
Yes. And then you electrocute everyone at the club. Woo!
Oh my gosh, you first no, first what you do, I guess I don't know, would he die? So first you throw your drink on their face
Oh
and
god.
then you taser it.
Yes.
You throw the drink on their face and then you taser it.
I think
Yeah.
the rules of taser is like as long as they're unconsensually attacking you, do it. I think you can, and then it's your game, right? You can harm him as much as you want. You don't get sued,
Yeah.
or can you just like?
I'm so afraid of being deported that I don't want to do anything bad.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, and if I have any crimes in the US, like it's not gonna look good for me here, so
Hmm.
I know it's sad. The fear is what keeps me from doing bad things,
Not bad things, protected things to your own self and body, but
fun things.
yes. Aubrey said, I'm so happy you okay, Anna. Oh no, I went home after the dance. I guess before you guys went to the clubs. You went to dinner together with Aubrey, and then you guys went to that club when the guy was there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't even know. We've been like a few times together, so I don't know which time that was. Cause I went with Tara a few times, I think.
Tara sounds awesome. Like the fact that she's like,
She is really good at cooking, and she's very loving,
oh,
and she is very smart and adventurous. Cause now I don't know if I should talk about it, but she moved to a country in Europe. She's from Southeast Asia, and she moved from there to a place in Europe. She can speak Japanese, English. I'm not going to say the other language because it will give it away. And I guess she's learning another language. It's amazing.
that's amazing. Oh my god. I love that.
Anyways, I just like boasting about people. It makes me
Yes,
feel good.
that's
My friend
good.
is awesome.
When you're boasting about someone else, you shouldn't shut up. You should keep going. But when you're talking about yourself and assume other people that you just met,
Yeah.
that is your coworker, you need to like.
Hey, people in the chat, lovely people. When should you shut up?
Yeah, Aubrey. It seems like you're the when should you shut up?
Okay.
Aubrey said Tara is the ultimate wifey material, and thank you, Aubrey. You've been chatting so much.
Yeah,
I
and she's
love it.
so pretty too.
Yes.
And she has luscious hair.
Oh, sounds so beautiful. Reminds me of the hair I saw in Africa.
Okay, Aubrey, when should you shut up? Okay, well, one is you should never assume, like, you should never say, oh, are you guys dating? And your mom and daughter. Oh, that's so gross.
And you
Okay,
should
that's one point where they should shut up.
you should shut up when
Like,
you yeah. You should shut up when you I don't know. When you're new at work, you're a new person. And you got hired because you're positive and so delightful. You're hired because you're so positive. You want to be like, hey guys, ha 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 ha. But you can't be like, hey guys, how are you? You just, when? I guess you just. Aubrey said she's gorgeous, but so are you. That's what Aubrey said.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
Also, June, there's a fine line at the workplace because it's like,
You're not
well,
supposed to
especially,
play.
well, I think for everyone, but I especially, I feel it as a woman because if you're too nice, people think that they can walk
Oh,
all over you
yeah.
and like abuse you and like and you know, I don't want that to happen. So I feel like
Put on a
I have to walk
barrier.
the line where I seem professional and intelligent and I don't want them to walk all over me, but at the same time, I need to be friendly and approachable.
Maybe that's why people drink after work, because that sounds stressful as fuck.
Yeah.
You need to be careful and walk
Oh
along
my
the
gosh,
line, but you
I
need to
have
be.
some juice.
Mhm.
I was, it's not really juice, but I thought it was juicy. I was eating
Mhm.
out the other day,
Mhm.
and the people next to me, I kept like by the time we already got there, they were already like drunk.
Mhm.
Like I don't know how long they had been there, but the girl was obviously a new
Employee.
a newcomer at the company, and he was like her senior
Mhm.
coworker.
Mhm.
And they're both like young, like in their 20s or early. The guy might have been
Mm.
at the oldest early 30s, but
Mm.
I think it seemed like he was like in his 20s, and
Yeah.
they were like, this is just so you can imagine
Mhm.
who what they scene is like. And I just remember him being like, "Oh, I'm so I think I drank too much." And she's like, "Oh, did you drink too much? Did you drink too much?" He's like, "Yeah, I think I did too much." And his face is like so red. And she's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not okay. I drink." And it was just like this horrible conversation. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is so embarrassing.
Mhm.
I have secondhand embarrassment right now.
Oh, that's the best when you have second embarrassment. It's.
The best.
I think when you have your own embarrassment, it's like okay, and then like 2 months later you're thinking about it, you're like ah. But when you're a second-hand embarrassment, that's more. I don't know
It's
which
so
is.
entertaining.
Yeah. Aubrey said I usually mind my own business, so I think I shut up too much. LOL. LOL.
Oh yeah.
LOL. But sometimes I do overshare and I end up overthinking it, even though the other person didn't react weirdly or anything. That's true.
Oh.
Maybe that's what we should do with like my Twitter fucked up message from congratulation. I shouldn't be acting too weird or overthinking it. Same thing with your email. The person said the date, and then you don't have to
No,
send it.
I'm sorry, but
No, don't
it could
overthink it. Don't do this to
I could
yourself.
no, but it seriously it must have seemed so cheeky. Do you know what I mean? Like
But
I was just like,
I could
oh,
I
give you a few days. No, I'm gonna tell you what works for me.
I could
That's
have
right. And I can
taken
give
it.
you three options.
I could have taken it as like, oh, it's okay. She's eager, or like, oh, she probably didn't understood it as clearly. Maybe
And I'm gonna send you
not like,
something you
oh,
said.
she think like she is more busy than I do to give me dates. I don't think the person went like that, for sure. Like, let's listen to Aubrey's advice saying, and I do end up overthinking it, even though the other person didn't act really weirdly or anything, and our interaction it didn't seem like the person acted weirdly. So like, we should just move on to the future and make up, and maybe like a month later, I
And make
think
out.
not with your recruiter. You cannot make out with your recruiter.
I was wondering though that the two people beside me, I was like, is there any like feelings of romance here? Because it's a little flirty, you know? Like I didn't feel flirty from the girl though, but I feel like she was trying to be like liked. But like I was like, you know, this could be really annoying if depending on what happens and
There's
how the senior coworker acts. Like I feel like I've heard a lot about like your senior coworkers are like being a little too flirty, you
there's a
know?
Korean saying between there's a the paper thin difference between being friendly and being flirty. It's a paper thin difference,
Yeah,
which
dang.
we kind of mastered it with each other because we're always friendly. We're never flirty, but we do be like,
Oh,
ooh,
I'm always flirty.
No, but
Mhm.
it's a friendly flurry. It's like, ho, ho, ho. But then it's different because Anna and I have a special magical card that cancels sexual attractions because we're sisters.
Yeah,
We're sisters
yeah.
by blood. So, yes, magical gay
And
blood.
then like incest.
Oh God,
Yeah.
which I do allow with Tadashi and Hiro, which is the only incest couple I allow. Which I do it. I preach it's a bad thing, and no one should like it. And I know it's bad. Never do
It's
it,
bad.
but I ship
It's
it.
awful.
But it's bad. Don't do it. Yes, and it's also age
But you
difference,
do.
which is bad. Yes, Tadashi from Big Hero 6. The reason why I started animation was because of pedophilia and incest. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I will just take that one clip out and just send it to your company. The
The reason
reason I
why I
started.
started. But the story was so good. But then I think overall I like the movie because of Baymax story. In the end, when Baymax was like, "I'm your brother's last creation," and his love to you, and like, boo, and then like, ba la la la, I cried that motherfucker. It was so sad. But yes,
But luckily, he gave him his soul, so it was okay.
yeah, his chip, and they remade him.
That was beautiful.
Yes. On that note, 4 a.m., 4:17. Should we wait? We should wait until 3 minutes. It's 4:20, right? But 4:20.
420. Yeah.
3 minutes. Yeah, it's like a
But
warning.
anyways, we talked about when we need to shut up.
And then
Um,
the conclusion
is there any
was,
topics?
yeah, what was
Is there any topics you want us to talk about next week?
next Wednesday?
Um,
Yeah, next Wednesday at 7 p.m. my time, and a time it would be converting.
9 a.m.
Oh,
a Thursday.
yes, and it would be 4 p.m. Aubrey time.
Aubrey time.
Yeah,
What about Kane time? What is it in New Zealand? New Zealand, right?
yeah, Kane. I don't think Kane's here. Well,
Yeah, I don't think he's
Kane.
here.
Yes.
It's okay. He's here in spirit. Let's see. New
Woo!
Zealand.
This is good. How do you feel? I feel good to be doing this live again, interacting with people.
Oh, wow. Okay, so wow.
Yeah.
Right now it's 10 p.m. in New Zealand. It is Friday, 10 p.m.
So it's even more ahead than in Japan?
Yeah.
He's in the future. He's from the future telling us, hey,
He's from the future.
came
He's
from
from
the
the
future. That would be
future.
cool. That could be a cool movie plot. Two-person start a YouTube channel live who doesn't have much viewers but interact with this future entity that comes and gives tips
Okay.
now and then. And then we run
So
into
for him it
yeah.
would be oh my gosh, 1 p.m. Is that right? Oh no, 1 a.m. No, 1 p.m.
Yes.
1 a.m.
Huh?
1 p.m.
Huh?
1 p.m.
Huh?
There we go.
Why can't
So
worlds just be on the same time zone? I know because it's geographical difference and the sun, but it would be nice if everyone was on the same time. It'd be like,
so
oh,
we're doing Eastern time, right?
yes. Yes. Sorry, I did like the spasm. Do you do that sleepy spasm when you're sleepy? You do the spasm to wake yourself? Like you're like, no?
No.
Or when you have to pee, you hold it, you're like,
Let me think. I do this. I do this.
every time you have to pee, you're like,
I don't want to pee. I'm going to think about something else.
and then you think about the waterfall and you screw.
I don't need to pee now, so that's good.
Oh my, yes.
Okay.
One more minute.
Well, if you have anything you can think of that you want us to talk about, I think next week we are probably going to talk about choosing what you want to do as your job.
And how to give a good hug. Which is after Corona, not right now, because there's Corona. Unless you're both tested, and if you're like huggy, then hug the fuck out of that person, I guess. Do you? Don't listen to us, we're not the health native person. Aubrey said, I need help with a career path. major existential crisis. Aubrey, would you like to join us for a video call for next PJ podcast at 4 p.m. your time? Let me know on our personal message. I'll reach out to you and we can do a three-way PJ podcast call. And on
Three-way is always better than two-way, which is always better than a one-way.
yeah, if you get lonely, which I do get very lonely. Oh, Aubrey says she's down. So next week, guys, we'll be doing with no viewers because Aubrey won't be watching. Next week.
Okay, well, isn't that amazing? We already have a guest. That's like
Yes,
awesome.
we have our first guest, which is Aubrey Kaka. Yes, Aubrey Kaka. She'll be joining us next week as PJ Podcast. Thank you, our only viewer, Aubrey, who's watching. We're letting you know, Aubrey, that Aubrey will be joining us next week on PJ Podcast. Yes.
Yeah, if you forgot, you're actually going to be joining us, Aubrey. That's
yeah.
right. Okay, so what time do we say that is for her?
4 p.m. next Wednesday, 7 p.m. my time, and then you said 9 a.m. your time, and I'll send this personally to Aubrey. And on that beautiful note, I will have to end this really abruptly because my belly is about to restroom. You know what I code? You know, the dance that you do?
I know. Okay, and next, so we're going to talk about careers, choosing a career, blah, 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 next month.
We can talk to Aubrey about career and give her tips, even though it's not helpful, but we'll try to do our research and be helpful.
Yes.
And
Aubrey, if you have any questions you want to ask us or talk about, please write them down and we'll talk about them next time. You can send them to us at a time, or you can just, talk to us as we go. All right, someone needs to go.
Okay.
All right, I love you, everybody. Thank you for watching. This was...